Hey everybody, it's your boy Bruce N here, and today we've got something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I'm making my the thumbnails for my channel, and well, actually it's been more frequent for my friend's channel than my channel. I've been doing a few of these custom thumbnails for him, and they've actually turned out all really well, and I'm kind of proud of the progress that I've made. If you don't know what thumbnails I'm talking about these thumbnails. I don't think I've posted them on Twitter or anything. I've posted in a Facebook group that I'm in, and they're like, "Whoa, how'd you do that?" And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a tutorial, and I'm gonna show you saucy bastards how to do it. So, what we got here is we got a nice, vibrant Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time thumbnail for his playthrough. My friend Kingdom Ace, you should totally check out his channel if you like Zelda and Kingdom Hearts related stuff. Put that on the screen editor. Anyway. So we have the thumbnail here, we have Link front and center, we have the game logo in the background, just because, I don't know, I'm experimenting with a sort of new style. It's not really new for me, per se, because I'm taking this essentially off another YouTuber, except he added a little bit of a different element to it with a white border around, and I experimented with that. I was like, it's not really my style, because I couldn't get the white border to be sized right. But as you can see, we have Link front and center in the middle of each of in all of these thumbnails. Either he's looking at the camera, conveying some sort of expression and stuff like that. And the program that I use for this is Source Filmmaker, and I was like, hey, yo, can I make you the thumbnails for this series? I'm testing out Source Filmmaker, and I want to see if these actually end up turning out good, because this is a new style I'm trying to do. And he was like, yeah man, you can do it. And I'm like, alright, sweet. So what you want to do is head over to Steam, go to the store, and you're going to want to type in Source Filmmaker. It's free, you could get it, it's anything, it's everything you want. Go to Source Filmmaker on the Steam store, download it. It's like 4 gigabytes. Keep in mind it does crash frequently, so if you want to have all the fancy cool looking models, you're going to want to go to the Steam Workshop, of course. And as you can see, we have a bunch of different stuff for us to play around with. We even have the experimental glowing 1000 degrees Celsius knife. Alright, so now that you've gotten a few items that you want to download, all it takes now is just launching the program. Now, with this being said, I'm going to try an attempt to make an Overwatch thumbnail. I haven't played with any of the Overwatch models, so we're just going to launch it. Keep in mind, it takes a while to launch, it takes a while to do certain things in the app, and you're going to want to save frequently just in case if it crashes. So it's going to load up right now as Source Filmmaker. Another thing I forgot to mention actually is after you get the models, you're also going to need somewhere to place them. So you're going to want to search for maps as well. My personal favorite maps that I use are green screen maps, so that I could just cut out the white, the green background. I don't know. Not now, Source Filmmaker. There's a specific map that I use because certain maps need specific lighting. Otherwise, your characters are going to come out deathly fucking pale, and there's going to be nothing really like good to look at. So the one map that I actually use is called Color Void. I'm trying to find it right now. Oh, here it is. It's called Color Void by Christopher395. Alright, so we're in Source Filmmaker now. It's loaded up, and what you're going to want to do, it's going to bring you to this screen. You're going to want to start a new session. You could title it whatever you want. Frame rate doesn't really matter because we're not going to be actually animating in it. I don't think I'm ever going to start animating in this. So you're just going to click create, and it's going to say no map loaded. You're going to be in this black stagnant screen. There's nothing really going on here. You've got your timeline down below, shot 1 stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the screen, and you're like, whoa. I just got hit all at once with this, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. Which is understandable. I was like that as well. Then I watched a few tutorials, and I got my shit together. So, as soon as it says no map loaded, you're going to be like, alright, well, I gotta load a map. What you're going to want to do is right-click on the black box, and then hit load map. Now, you're able to sort by Workshop, TF2, or all their mods. I normally sort by Workshop because I'm only using the Color Void map. So, after you download the Color Void map, or another green screen map to your liking, you're going to want to click on it, then hit open, and now it's going to take a while to load the map. No matter what the fuck your system is, it will always take forever to load your map. It'll even do the not responding thing. Alright, so our map finally loaded in, as yours should have as well. And you just see a bunch of green. So when you click, your mouse cursor will disappear, and if you move your mouse, if you're on like a different type of map other than this one, you'll see the map moving around. So what you want to do is get a model spawned in. You're going to want to go to this plus sign or right click the box on the left side underneath animation set editor, and you're going to want to click on create animation set for new model. This is going to bring up a MDL file directory in which it's going to be searching through all the TF2 files, all of the workshop files that you've downloaded, and I have a good bit over 9,000. Now it's checking the subfolders as well, and what I like to do is I just hold down the down arrow, and as you can see we have a bunch of different models here. This is all the Sonic stuff, different models from different Sonic games or Sonic Color stuff, and if it's clear, I don't really know what to do about that because there's some clear stuff but it still pops up as the model, so that's kind of upsetting because it's like why would it even be clear then? So as you can see, you could scroll through different types of things. I believe you have to have Counter-Strike Source or something installed to get some of these textures, or you can move the textures in from a different website. It's all up to you. So as you can see, here's one of our models. It is Young Link from Ocarina of Time 3D. We're not going to be using that one though. We're going to be making an Overwatch thumbnail like I said earlier. Here's a Spaceman Craig for when I do Astroneers videos. Here is the Hyrule Warriors pack that I was using, so that as you can see, Link doesn't have any arms or anything, but that's okay because they're actually there and you can just pose them and stuff like that. A whole bunch of other stuff is here. I didn't mean to do that. That's an actual error. A whole bunch of other stuff. So there's a plethora of stuff for you to use at your disposal. There's a Ganondorf model that I have yet to use. I'm probably going to use that for a later thumbnail. These are Green Hill Zone props. Here's the rose that I used in that one thumbnail. This is more Ocarina of Time stuff. And here we are with the Overwatch models. So what we're going to do is, now that we have a bunch of our models in one spot, we can try and just scroll through everything and see if we can make a decent looking thumbnail. There's that. I don't know. Some of these things are weird looking. We have Bastion's bird, we have Bastion, we have Ana. Not all characters that you want are on the workshop, fortunately. It does take a while to load each model though, which is really annoying sometimes. This is a Mercy thing. We have an Ana one, more Soldier, Genji Animations, Ana Classic. So I don't know what hero I really want to do. Do I want to do a Junkrat thumbnail, or do I want to do like a... I think I have a Reinhardt one. Alright, so what I did, I just loaded up a recent project that I was working on. Alright, so we have our model loaded in, we have our thing loaded in, but we're not going to be using Sonic. As you can see, he's already in a cool pose. But, sorry Sonic, but you're not needed. Like I said, create animation set for new model. It's going to load the files. And then we're going to scroll through what we want. We want Overwatch, okay? Overwatch is the name of the video. That's what we're getting to. Why is it still searching for Sonic? Make sure you clear the filter every time. Otherwise, you're not gonna get anything good. We want to do Soldier. We could do Soldier. I feel like I have a Zenyatta as well. Alright. I have an idea. Alright, so we're going to load in 2 models. This is a little bit advanced. This is a little bit of it. Let's use Ana. I'm assuming she has all of her limbs and shit. Okay. So, here we are on the Source Filmmaker plane. We have our 2 models. The bird, I forgot his name for Bastion, and Captain Amari, aka Ana. It says it right there on her fucking thing. So, the main part about Source Filmmaker is, well, we're gonna actually, I kind of want to save this as anything. Save this as let's do session 7, so that we're not overriding session 6. So it saves every movement you make. Even if you click, it'll start, like, there'll be a prompt to save. So here, as you can see, there are a bunch of, if you click the drop down arrow, there's body, arms, legs, toes, unknown. That's like facial features and shit. Same thing for Ana, face, body, arms, fingers, legs, unknown. Whole bunch of shit. But what we're going to do is we're going to be posing Ana first. Now, normally you could get something off the internet for reference. I normally like to do that, or I like to do the thing myself. And essentially what you're going to want to do is, if it's all selected, you could start, well, we're going to focus in on her face. I forgot to mention that if you click and use WASD, that's how you move around in Source Filmmaker. You can see that all of her face is right there, and after you click on her thing right there, there's a bunch of sliders here that you could play around with, and that's probably the thing I do last. What we're going to do, we're probably going to import a Bastion model later, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start moving and posing the body around. It's relatively easy. So let's go to our arms, actually, just so I could give you guys like how to do it and stuff. You zoom out so that you can see the arms, and then you're going to want to click on this orange box in the middle, which is the motion editor. Now you can see the bones and everything of her body. When you click it, you can see there's a bunch of facial expressions. There are bones in literally everything in this model. Sometimes you're going to have to create bones yourself, I believe, which is really annoying, and I don't want to ever do that in my life. So you're just going to want to click on that. You could move her eyes up and down. They'll move up and down in Source Film. In the preview right here, you can move them left and right, looking shifty. You could like tighten the local view factor on that. The convergence is if she looks at herself like that. You could also reset to default if you don't know like what the fuck you messed up. You could change her eyebrows up and down like that. Like, oh, you said something funny. It's pretty good. She could frown. You can make her, well, you can make her frown. You give her an inner squint. You give her an outer squint. It's like, oh man, this is so I'm fucking gone, dude. Her scalp. You close her lids. You can just close her eyes altogether, or you can open them. It's not good to fuck around with all of these at once, because you could get some stupid looking faces. We're just gonna, that's a blink. Her nose, you could have it upturned. Her nostril flare, her cheeks. You could. The models with a bunch of bones, you could literally just do anything you want with. You're given a whole bunch of freedom and a whole bunch of opportunity with this program just because of that. And I'm just making her look like really dumb, like just for this sake of this video. I'll probably do a time lapse or whatever where I'm like folding, or not folding, where I'm positioning her body into a shape for a thumbnail that I could use for Overwatch video, stuff like that. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, if you don't want to use the sliders for the face and stuff like that, which is understandable because they're not always the greatest. They're just for doing like little touch-ups and stuff. What you're going to want to do is you're going to hit that drop-down arrow and you're going to click on arms, body, face, fingers, legs are unknown. We're going to do arms for now. And you're going to want to click on this. Allows you to move them around, essentially. But this isn't really like suitable because they stretch, so it looks dumb. So you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to drop down arrow again, and you're gonna see big collar on the models with a lot of bones. Big collar left and right, so you could just move those around separately by themselves. But if you want to rotate them, there's a rotation tool right here, and you could really get into the detail for it. And it's fairly simple to try and figure out how it works truly. There's stuff like that. The outer circle controls like how it goes inside of your body and stuff like that. And then you could just start like, you know, positioning it however the fuck you want. And you just like go to each and every part of her body and stuff, and you just like start moving it to however the fuck you want it to be. This is probably the most like tedious part in my opinion, obviously, because you gotta position each and every bone just so that she looks like, I guess, normal, because you can't have her running around looking like this and stuff like that on a thumbnail, unless like that's what you were going for. It's completely up to you. Her hand as well, you can move that around, which is pretty fun. Hand placement is really annoying because then if you place the hand incorrectly, you also got to place the fingers correctly, and when you get to the hand, I believe, is it not? No, there's a finger section as well. So you just click on right fingers, and then there's like a big thumb profile and shit like that. It's like, it's crazy. It's really just like batshit insane how much like effort goes into this, like into making these sort of things. I did it on the wrong hand, I just realized. So, oh, what the fuck? What is that? Did I just break it? I think I broke it. Oh no, go back. There, okay. yeah, we fucking we did some shit and we made it look all weird. But as you can see, it's entirely selected the hand, so you're gonna have to go back and click on BIP underscore thumb, shit like that, and you're just gonna have to move it around and stuff like that to however you want it to be. And you can move each and every segment of her thumb, essentially. So you're gonna be moving around a lot with the camera, just to make sure that the fingers look a little bit like decent and stuff like that. So if I'm ever doing a closed fist, it's relatively easy. All you got to do is just pull the light blue circle towards the inside or whatever, and it's relatively easy in that sense, because all you gotta do is just move one thing, and then, you know, I guess you just keep going and stuff like that. Other than that, you could rotate it and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So yeah, that's relatively Source Filmmaker. I'm probably gonna pose this character into making a decent thumbnail sort of image. So I could just hit Control Z and it'll go back to, it could reset, or I'll reset, it resets it if you hit Control Z back to normal settings. Another thing you could do is you could also move it. You could stretch it in certain directions. You just move it all over the fucking place if you feel like it. Stuff like that. So yeah, Source Filmmaker, it's free to use, like I said, and I will see you guys at the end of the video, or like at the end or whatever, when I do this time lapse. So yeah, that's when we'll get into the making it into a thumbnail portion. Alright, so I'm done posing. I'm sorry. I'm done posing the characters, so pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you save everything. Make sure everything is saved, because you don't want to mess up, because you probably spent a lot of time posing these characters, and if that fucked up, you'd be pretty sad. So as you can see here, I have Bastion's bird on Anna's like wrist, kind of like one of those eagle trainers. So I guess this would be like for a video that I'm playing as Anna, my friend's playing as Bastion, and we're just fucking around doing the meme strats. Bastion's just sitting there idly because, you know, you don't really gotta do much with Bastion except for press left click. So what you're going to do is, after you've posed all of your models and everything, make sure it's saved, make sure you have it at the angle you want. You want to go to File, then hit Export, and then export as a poster. This is going to export it as a TGA file, which is loadable into Photoshop. So we're going to name this as Anna and Bastion, and then we're going to export it. It's not good. It normally doesn't take long, but this is like the first time I'm actually using more than one model on of course filmmaker at a time. So then you're gonna want to open up Photoshop. I have a macro on my keyboard set to it. Pretty convenient. And we're gonna wait for Photoshop to load up, and then we're gonna get to making the source filmmaker thumbnail goodness. Now for this, we're gonna want to have just one thing really, and that's an Overwatch PNG, and I'm getting that right now on my second monitor right now. I'm grabbing that. Source filmmaker is doing that. So we want the super long one. We want this one. This is the one that we want. So somebody on Reddit posted the vector, which is really nice of them. So drag and drop that to our desktop. And Photoshop is loading up all at the same time, which is really nice. And here we go. Alright, so Photoshop is loaded up. We're going to want to go to new. We're going to make a new thumbnail. 1920 by 1080 is the standard size that I use. They come out really nice, and I feel like it gives me more room to work around with. And this is our canvas. I don't want that to be really big. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to go hit place after we go to file, and then you're going to want to, I normally keep my renders or whatever in a folder towards the bottom right here. It's labeled SFM renders for thumbnails, and then we're just going to want to open up Anna and Bastion, and there it is. There's your fucking render. It looks really nice too. There are some jagged edges, but that's okay, and I always end up working with something that has green. It's my own fault. So we're going to extend that just a little bit so that it covers the entire thing. Now, you could probably just use this as a thing by itself, but I mean, why would you want to when you could easily just go to select color range and then click on all of the green, and it should be like a background like that. And all the green stuff on the thing should be highlighted, but first you gotta rasterize the layer, which I hope you know how to do by right-clicking and then hitting rasterize layer. And then we're gonna hit Control X and cut out all of the green stuff. Now there's still like outlines of green, which is alright for now, but normally the process takes a whole lot longer and there's a whole lot more work to it. There's a green line on top, had to erase that. I'm just trying to clean up all the extra green spots that I see by highlighting them with the magic wand tool and then just hitting X on them, because like that it'll get rid of like the small like transparent looking ones. It's like it's really annoying to try and get all of just the green off, especially when you always end up working with a green character. Like the bird has green on it. But you can continue using the select color range trick, but I can't vouch for the results because sometimes you get some of that. I got some of the bird on it this time around, so that's not, we don't want that. We're gonna have to get rid of all that. So, right, that's good. Still some more green, but I'll clean it up for the final thumbnail. Then I normally have a preset, so I'm gonna go to the other thumbnail that I was working on, and I'm going to copy the layer style from this, from the backdrop, which is essentially just a drop shadow. We're gonna go to place, desktop. Where's the Overwatch logo that we just got? Unless I didn't do it. I probably gotta. It probably didn't like register or something. I don't fucking. It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, okay. So it was there, it just didn't fucking do it. And I didn't know what the hell it started with. It didn't locate it on my Photoshop. So file, place, desktop. Gotta scroll all the way up. There it is. Overwatch. And we're just gonna extend it out this way. Alright. That looks good. Looks pretty good for now. What I'm going to do is put that behind it like that, and then put the drop shadow on it. I feel like that drop shadow is a little bit too intense. And dumb down the size, but we're gonna increase the size a little bit, but the spread is gonna be a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit bigger than what it was before. This should be fine. Making sure they're like all the edges are good. We still have to work around the characters and stuff though. The next thing we have to do after that is we have to grab the layer style from the Sonic render and put it onto the Anna and Bastion one, which is essentially just like an inner glow, or an inner glow and an outer glow at the same time. Both change those to white, and they pretty much just make the character stand out against like whatever the background's gonna be. So let's say we're playing on Hanamura. Go to images, grab us a nice Hanamura image. I kind of want one with the, yeah, this will work. One with the cherry blossoms, look nice. And print screen that with your favorite print screening program. Control V, paste that bad boy down. Then here comes the interesting part that makes it really colorful and pop even more than it already is. That's essentially the finished thumbnail, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna add more to it. So we're gonna add 2 layers of hue and saturation. There's 1, there's 2. Then on this one, we're going to keep this one underneath here, and then this one's gonna be exclusive to this render. We're gonna double click and we're gonna change saturation to 40. You're probably wondering why 40? Well, because that one's only staying on that. So we're gonna merge those 2 layers so that they stand out. Then this one is gonna get its own saturation of 40 as well. Actually, no, not 40, because that's really pink. Disturbing. Let's do 20. 20 should be fine. 26. 26 should be good. It doesn't matter because we're gonna end up clicking on that layer, go to filter. Where else is it? Blur. Motion blur. And then we're gonna set it to 30 pixels. We might want to change that Overwatch thing to like white or something, so we're gonna hit that with a color overlay. Or actually, I kind of want to keep the. I want to keep that, so we're gonna have to cut around. Yeah, we gotta cut around because I want to keep the orange bit. So where is our line tool? I just use the line tool because it's easy for me. If I can't find it though, then I'm not gonna use the. Oh, here it is. Polygonal lasso tool. Right here, main part, cut out. I don't think they could see it. Otherwise, going to, where is it? Right here. Cut that, paste. Post that back. Yeah, they can't see the other orange one. What we're going to do is we're just going to copy that drop shadow there. Except we're going to make the color overlay white. It's a little bit jagged, though. If I find a better Overwatch PNG, I'm gonna have to use it. And yeah, that's essentially it. Oh no, it looks really weird. It looks really weird. It's because the render, like, looked weird here too. Looks really weird as well here. It was like a 3D model of hair or something. I don't know, that's what fucked it up though. Alright, so now the rest of the time spent on the thumbnail after posing it for like an hour or whatever. And then after posing it and all that other stuff, you should have a finished thumbnail. It looks something a little bit like this. I hope you found this tutorial useful. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you use this. I hope you tell your friends. Be like, hey, this is how he makes his awesome thumbnails. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Bruce, and if you want to see more videos like this, all you gotta do is just leave a comment down below. Peace.